Life gives us so many wonderful opportunities to discover more and more about ourselves. It's not an egoistic path. When we discover more about ourselves, we can understand other people better, understand the trajectory of our life better, and see patterns that emerge over time. It took me the longest time to realize, okay, which of my many different types of activities, jobs, real jobs, did I enjoy the most, and why? And it boiled down to, I was helping people, but it could be animals, it could be environment. I was helping, I was collaborating with other experts, and I was learning all the time. Wow, that's pretty cool, isn't it? If you were to pick a path of self-discovery that appeals to you, what elements would I recommend or suggest that that path contains? It could contain listening to interesting people who have gone through that path before you, who have overcome a situation that you're facing, or it could be a situation in your family that you are experiencing with them. It could be an experience of watching somebody discover themselves, and that inspires you to consider, well, how does this relate to my life, and how do I address those issues in my life? So I find particularly autobiography, but also biography, a great way to start, or short stories from them. While fiction can be expansive for me, for my creative mind, it doesn't necessarily help me on a path of self-discovery, except that I love the mystical, and I love the magical, and I love the endless possibilities of creativity that we can come up with in our minds, our hearts, our bodies. Why not? Why not be supremely and superbly creative? I'm inspired by all kinds of things I read. they're quite eclectic. There's a magazine, Oddly, that's beautifully written, and it's all about certain aspects of business. And a university is a business, a cultural institution is a business, a company is a business, maintaining roads, infrastructure, etc., that's all business. It's every aspect of our life, of our physical surroundings, our way of living as a human being. So I actually enjoy reading that magazine. I don't read everything, but finding out what certain institutions are doing about cancer care, for example, which is close to my heart because I went through it. But just as much, what are they doing to enhance sports in their area, to enhance knowledge? The state I'm living in is very well known for flying, for air and space. And so that whole area is huge. All the companies that contribute to that and aspects I hadn't ever considered, it just opens my mind. I wouldn't ever work in those areas, but as a professional. But I'm interested. This is how human beings are choosing to manifest this precious life. So exploring, after you've determined which biographies appeal to you, exploring, why do certain things appeal to you? Why are you drawn to this? What does that say about being alive? Could you imagine yourself working in any of those situations? Why and why not? Is it something you haven't really considered and you're now being given an opportunity to discover whether that suits you or not? Great. Or you may suddenly feel, oh, I really love this time in my life where I was really exposed to this one thing. For example, I went through a period where I absolutely loved certain kinds of museums. They would be focused more on 19th, 20th century and contemporary art. And if they were historical, they had either amazing collections of their own or they would borrow from other museums. And I would just like to be surrounded by that art. I didn't ever get a job as a guard or a curator or any kind of museum staff the way I originally thought I would, but I loved going and just being around the art. So I became an art critic, an art writer, so I could do that. Find new venues of self-discovery every day. Ooh, this tastes good today. It didn't yesterday. Why? What's new? What's different? Have my tastes changed? Maybe I'm more open to eating this, and you fill in the blank. Or you're more open to exploring a new opportunity to exercise in whatever form. You might suddenly think, I'm hearing a lot about pickleball. Maybe I should try it. We live near a pickleball court, so we hear it a lot. Enjoy your exploration and your self-discovery. It's a marvelous path and ever ongoing. We are ever exploring, ever growing, ever expanding. Thank you for joining me on this journey.